Do you struggle with finding the actual email address for the A&R for the record label that you're trying to send that brand new precious demo track to? Do you just send out tracks to record labels blind? Do you send tracks to demo emails that say demos at? And do you really struggle to get your demo heard by your intended record label? In today's video, I'm going to look at some methods to find an actual A&R. I'm going to look at some platforms that help you get your music signed. And I'm going to discuss in further depth getting more music signed. Hey Shedheads, we're back in the Disco Shed for another video to help DJs and producers to get your music signed. If we've not met before, hey, I'm Grahame, founder of Data Transmission, and I value your time, so let's get into this video. Okay, let's start with an obvious one. Check out the label's social media and also the record label owner's social media. Check out their SoundCloud, check out their TikTok, check out their Instagram, their YouTube, their Facebook pages. Check them out and understand their signing process. Labels have different signing processes, and your key one might be different from the others that are around. Really trying to understand that process and also try and understand who owns the label. Is it like a tool room that are massive and have multiple entrance points? Or is it a smaller label that have a label, like a focused label head, and they do most of the work? Understand that process. And that might take you a bit of time and do a lot of digging, but that time's going to be well spent, my friends. A great site for looking for label owners and label heads and label people that work for labels, surprisingly, is LinkedIn. I've said this a few times on different videos. I love LinkedIn for finding new business contacts. Always remember, music labels and record labels are essentially businesses, and LinkedIn is a business platform, and if you search for that business, it brings up the employees of that business. It's a great platform for finding those contacts. And it's also a great platform if you use a plugin called Rocket Reach for Google Chrome to find the email address of the intended person. Number 2, look and see who else is released on that label. Do you know any other people that are on that label? Can they introduce you to the actual person? An introduction email goes much, much further than a cold call email or a cold, hey, listen to my demo. Never do that as well, because that just doesn't work. But finding a person and a peer that might be on the label already, that might be able to introduce you to the A&R, that's definitely going to give you some weight, because they'll be then kind of using their name and their recommendation, and that goes such a long way. It's also great networking to meet other DJs and producers on the label. You might be able to swap contacts in other places and other labels. Maybe you've got one for a different label that they're trying to get to. That networking point is so key for building anything in dance music. Over the last few years, there's been an influx of websites and hubs that allow you to submit demos that have A&Rs already on them to help you track down and submit these demos to label owners. These include places like Hello Demo, Label Radar, which was just bought by Beatport, Label Base, Track Stack, and these are all great places now for submitting demo because they actually have labels behind them. Track Stack, for instance, Jamie Jones listens to all his demos for Hot Creations on this platform, and it's a great place to get your music heard by Hot Creations. He's all over the artwork, all the information about the platform, and he's the first person on that platform. And you can see that he's organizing his submissions into potentials for hot tracks, Hot Creations, whether he likes them, whether he's not, whether he's tested them. So it's definitely a platform if you want to get hold of him, and I'll link that below. As I said, Beatport, I've just bought Label Radar, and Label Radar is a great platform. We just put our data transmission submissions on there, and what you can do is you submit the track, you get so many credits per month, and you can submit it into an open pool via a genre, or you can actually submit to actual labels on the platform. The open pool is great because basically, as a label, I can search tech house and see what tracks come up, and then I will literally listen to loads of tracks and see if there's ones that I just don't know who about my label. So that's great for me finding new music, and also great for you, the DJ, for finding new labels. If you know a specific label and they're on there, you can submit straight to them, use one of your credits, and it basically opens the door for us to listen to it from a label point of view. We can then say whether we like it or not, or shortlist it, and then basically sign it from the platform or ask to hear more of it. Hello Demo, I've been pushing hard. They're in the house and techno space, and there's some great labels, again, that are only specifically using that platform to listen to demos. So go and check them out if you're searching for certain labels. Number 4, since the pandemic, loads of labels have been doing demo listening streams. And these do happen on places like Twitch and Discord, or Facebook and YouTube. And basically the label owner will come on and listen to loads of demos and kind of give feedback on them. We do it on my Twitch every Monday, and we ask for demos via our Discord every Monday. We also get labels come in and listen to demos. We've had some great labels come into my Twitch streams, and loads of labels have picked up tracks from people that have been part of our Discord and part of our Twitch. Both links are below. give us a follow, join our Discord, join the community of producers we've got in our Discord. On my Twitch streams, we essentially just listen to the demo and we feedback, and it's across all genres. We sign some for our in-house labels, Data Transmission, 63B, and DT Weapons, but also we just feedback on all genres and kind of give you constructive feedback on stuff that's working and stuff that's not working for us. Number 5, labels will put out on their Instagram stories, or they'll tweet, or they'll put it on their Facebook, they're open for demos. So always kind of keeping an eye on your favorite labels and maybe having them as your favorites on places like Instagram to kind of keep an eye on what they're saying and what they're doing and being aware constantly in case this happens. I actually seen it this morning with a label saying we're now open for demos. Number 6, and this is actually the biggest one of them all, network. Spend time learning about who works the label. Spend time getting to know people that are the label. If you're trying to get on one of the really big labels and they've got sub labels or sister labels, being constant in their comments, being constant when they have events, networking. Places like Amsterdam Dance Event, which are coming next week. If those of you are going, let me know AD in the comments, and I want to see some of your faces. AD, like for instance, is a great place to get your music heard. There's demo drop sessions throughout the week. Different labels are doing demo drops. There's actual AD demo listing sessions, and we're going to be doing one for Data Transmission. Networking is such the key for growing yourself and your label, but also it breaks down that kind of cold call. Being aware you met someone in person, shook their hand. Next time you send them an email, they're gonna remember you. It's better than just walking up to someone and going, "Here's your USB." Really get to understand the people that work behind the labels and who they are, and then follow them and message them and be part of their comments and really spend that time. You want to get beyond these big labels, know the people, because it's the people that choose the records at the end of the day. And number 7 leans onto that. Go to parties. Go and understand what these big label owners are playing in their sets. Say, for instance, you want to get signed to Hot Creations. Get to a Jamie Jones set. What is he playing? Because he can guarantee he's testing out new records that he's feeling all the time. And these records will be the ones that are really, really current, that he's not even signed yet. And whether he's feeling those sort of sounds, then you kind of have a bit more of an idea of what sounds they're signing in the future. Can't get to a gig? There's so many live streams and videos content and places like Beatport doing live streams, or you can watch people online and watch these sets and understand the music and the sounds they're playing. Really listen to the sounds they're playing and the music they're playing. Pete Griffiths, when he joined me on Twitch recently, spoke about how DJs would sort of stand in the right place where he could see where his journey from the back of the green room to the toilet was at Studio 338, and they kind of stood along that path with a beer and was like, "Pete, can I buy you a beer? I'd love to just talk to you." And he then stood and had a conversation with this DJ because they'd just taken the time to be patient. They'd worked out that kind of where his route was. He only had one route from the Studio 338 green room to the toilet, and they just waited along that path, and he was bound to come along at one point, and they got to speak to him, and they had a great conversation. They networked, and then down the line, then they sent them some demos. Build that network. I know 6 and 7 have been pretty similar, but I really need to hammer this home. Networking is so much more important than that cold email. Finally, being connected to a network like ours at Data Transmission and what we've built through the Artist Blueprint, my course. I've helped hundreds of DJs over the years get music signed by my own network and by leveraging my network to help them get their music across the right labels. Recently, I helped Josh Samuel get his brand new track signed to Solar, which is Solado's label, and they actually opened the whole of their Creamfield set with this brand new track, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. Keep an eye out for Heartbreaker. Which of those have you tried? Let me know in the comments below, or have I missed one? Have I missed something you are doing? Can you share it with our audience and our community? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what's working for you and what's not. Do you struggle with getting music signed? Do you want to work with our team at Data Transmission and me for the Artist Blueprint? Well, if you do, the course helps DJs and producers get music signed, helps them build their Spotify, helps them build their content strategies and their Instagrams. And if you want to work with us, then all it takes is to jump on the discovery call with me. We sit and chat about what you've got going on, what you've got coming up, what you're trying to get to, where your goals are. And if the bit in the middle is the course, then we go through the course and discuss it further. If it's not right for you right now, I'll give you a load of content ideas to go and push on, and then we chat again in the future. If you want to do that, I've dropped a link and I've set aside some spaces over the next 7 days to have calls. Grab the link in the comments and the description, and I'll see you on the next call. Thanks for being with me today. I'm Grahame Farmer. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I see lots of you watching these videos. Consider subscribing. It's free and it really helps me grow the channel. And I will see you in the next video. See you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.